The Atlanta Hawks are interested in moving on from our man John Collins. So let's talk about it. If you guys did not know, Jake Fischer of the Bleacher Report said on his Spotify show that there's someone I talked to today who has just spoken to Atlanta in recent days who said John Collins is clearly the guy they're interested in moving the most. And he's definitely been mentioned as a Portland Trailblazer candidate as well as a San Antonio Spurs link to him back when he was struggling to get that deal done of last year. So if you look over here, our man John Collins is making 23.5 right there. They can get off that deal pretty easy if they send Eric Bledsoe from the Portland Trailblazers, maybe even the 7th pick. Eric Bledsoe and the 7th pick for John Collins. Would you do that? Because if you do that, I mean, they don't even have to do that. They could do the trade exception and then throw on a guy like Keon Johnson and a future first round pick, and then they have enough money just to take on John Collins entirely if they wanted to, the Portland Trailblazers. I believe that the reason they're trying to move John Collins is they're trying to get off of that money because it's the longest deal they have besides Kevin Huerter and Trae Young. Okay, and it does get interesting because they need to pay DeAndre Hunter, as well as the Trae Young money is going to kick in this coming season. I just think John Collins isn't who they thought that he was. They thought last year was just the start of his development. I think they thought he was going to continue to develop and go up on an upward trajectory, but that didn't happen. I want to hear your thoughts down below if you guys agree with this. I think if they can get themselves Keon Johnson, Trendon Watford are old guys, I think the Hawks would be interested from the Trailblazers. If you look at that, like Eric Bledsoe and Josh Hart would be two guys. Eric Bledsoe because they can waive him and then be able to save themselves like $15 million, which I think the Hawks would want to do. And as well, Josh Hart, his contract's completely not guaranteed, but Josh Hart, if they keep him, he would be insurance if DeAndre Hunter doesn't develop or they don't re-sign him. As well as Keon Johnson would be a young guy they'd probably be interested. Same thing with Nazir Little or Trendon Watford, as they probably want young guys that they can develop. Besides that, the Spurs, if you look at the Spurs, if they're going to trade John Collins, I think the Spurs would have to send them. That would be a bit different, you know? It wouldn't be the same. I think it would either be a deal for Josh Richardson combined with Doug McDermott's salary, give the Hawks some three-point shooting that they probably want, and then Josh Richardson would be the 3-and-D guy that they want, or they could do a deal where it'd be Josh Richardson and Zach Collins. Maybe they also throw in Romeo Langford in that deal for John Collins. The money works right there. I think with the San Antonio deal, you'll get more players to actually keep on the roster who basically, if they trade John Collins to San Antonio, it's going to be for 2 or 3 players. If they trade to Portland, it's going to be for the picks, and they're going to cut the players that they trade for. Portland has more partial or non-guaranteed deals, which will allow the Hawks to move on from that money by waiving the players they receive in a trade, and they probably would just want draft pick compensation besides the salary cap relief. If they did San Antonio, it's because they want to turn that $23 million contract into 2 or 3 contracts, which they could do 2 contracts with, you know, Doug McDermott and Josh Richardson, or they could do a Josh Richardson, Zach Collins, and Romeo Langford deal where they get a bit of everybody, or they could do a Trae Jones, you know, Doug McDermott and Zach Collins, or even, you know, they could look at Romeo Langford, Trae Jones, and Josh Richardson. There's a plethora of deals that the San Antonio Spurs could offer right there that I think are enticing for both parties. But besides that, I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below. If you're the Atlanta Hawks, who would you trade and why? But yeah, that's basically my thoughts. I got an NBA show I gotta record, and if you guys haven't seen my NBA show, it's actually what I'm about to go do right now to record it, and it's not bad. It really isn't that bad. You guys should definitely check it out. It's a fun to watch. Links in the description. So let me hear who you guys think John Collins will be traded for. But besides that, guys, that's it for me this morning. Peace out. Do all that good stuff. I hope you guys do have a great day. Also, is my bad posture because I'm always recording like this? Maybe it's because of that. I would hate that being the reason, but it could honestly be. But hey, I don't know everything, but this was a 5-minute video which I wanted. So goodbye. Bye now.